I have this next clip to introduce us to the Bellew of the Week for episode 543 as Ben Davison Waffle. That's the best I could come up with for this one. And Dominic mentioned divine intervention for Ben Davison. Let's have a listen, Andy, to some of the divine intervention that is being channeled through this medium, through this dowsing rod of information and knowledge that is Ben Davison. Let's have a listen now for Bellew of the Week 543.
Just tell me, what kind of emotions are you feeling right this moment? It's been a few hours since the win now.
First and foremost, got to thank God for the victory. Alhamdulillah. I prayed last night, I prayed again today, and our prayers were answered.
What a guy, man. What a guy. I've prayed to God a couple of times this year, by the way. Never answered my fucking problem, by the way. So he must have been busy with the Middle East that day or something like that. I don't know what the fuck. But apparently God took his time away from what's happening in Palestine and Israel, last night to fucking turn round and help Lee Wood win a fucking fight, apparently. Brave fucking well done, Ben Guardiola. Fuck me, man.
Well, here, Steve, I was speaking to the old man there, and
are you God or your old man?
My old man. I'm a bit of a lapsed Catholic these days. But he was telling me, he went round to the church before, and he says the regular priest's away somewhere, so they've got this Australian priest who's deputising. My ears pricked up when I heard this. Is Australian priest. It's like, could my Father Dave could be in our midst. So if Ben Arcell wants some real divine intervention, we can arrange a special Father Dave pod. I think he's here.
Well, it's funny you should mention it. Father Dave was set to visit the UK and Ireland, he said, around September time. I'm not sure if he's back home or not yet. But it could well have been Father Dave. But you've inspired me, Dominic, to fish this one out. I've uploaded it just in time to keep things going, seeing as it's 9:48. Let's have a listen to what Father Dave was up to.
Here comes Father Dave, led out by Tony O'Loughlin. My goodness, Tony, I've known him since the 80s. God love him. He's been a great trainer in the Sydney region for a long, long time.
The punching priest, Father Dave. Tell you what, isn't that some entrance? He's actually a priest.
Yeah. At the veteran boxes, he always opens up the veteran boxes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce you to the...
There we are. Yep. Des says Ben doesn't understand how God works. It's like the old Arlo Phillips joke, isn't it? I used to pray every weekend for a bike, and then I realised that's not how God works. So I went and stole the bike and then prayed for forgiveness.
It was I like the quote Lethal Weapon when Danny Glover's fucking he just landed with Mel Gibson for the first time. He turns to him and says, "God fucking hates me," and Mel Gibson says, "Hate him back. It works for me."
Oh dear, right. We might get thrown off the air here for some. I don't know what. Let's move on swiftly. Shout out to Joe Kennedy, head of the Prediction League. He has alerted me to this Bellew of the Week, Andy, from Jake Donovan. Jake Donovan says, arena music blaring over Tony Bellew's commentary. Best part of the show so far. Hashtag Wood Warrington.
It was pretty loud last night, to be fair, which was great.
Oh, poor old Tony.
Didn't get to hear Frotcho, which was a shame, but...
Fotch is enjoying himself these days. There's Tone. Someone sent this to me. The bomber jacket. In no way connected to any bombings. There's Tony wearing the cap and the top. He's looking quite stylish, Andy, these days.
He's looking quite neat there. Got the nice beard kind of trimming there. He's got the... He must be dyeing it though. He must be dyeing that a wee bit.
Oh,
Got to be going grey like the rest of us there, Tony. Sorry, Anthony.
Anthony.
You're up in age now, mate. Come on.
Oh, he's up in age.
Well, you can actually see it. You can see it on Barker, by the way. Your man here on the right-hand side looks a bit younger, actually. I don't think he should have any greys yet, but, certainly Barker isn't hiding it, but I think Tony's hiding it a wee bit, to be fair.
With the baseball cap, no less.
Well, I didn't see him much last night, actually. He's kind of bald around the head like the rest of us these days, no?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. He's not at the barbecues anymore. Rick Glazer. Rick Glazer's kicking off at Benson. Benson said PBC's contract with Showtime reportedly isn't being renewed, as has been heavily rumoured. Al Heyman is now seeking to secure a new broadcast deal, according to Dan Raphael. Rick jumped in, and who was the first to put this out, Benson? I was the first to put this out. All the while, Fat Man Raphael was chowing down on ham hocks. Not only is it not being renewed, hashtag Showtime is leaving, hashtag boxing. They are,
Fucking
Dominic.
hell, dude, Rick Glazer telling us what he does here again, mate. Bringing us the news. It's a vital role of the sport of what he's doing there. Vital role.
Oh, he's enjoying himself. Are you a fan of Rick Glazer, Dominic?
I don't know.
Are you familiar with his work?
It's just there's too much ambiguity about him. You know, like how many accounts has I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's I don't even know if he's real, do I? Or no, he is real, isn't he?
As far as I know, he is. Him and Sonia having food each week in the restaurants there. But Lithgow says you need to get him on the pod one week. Could you imagine? That would break us.
Jesus.
Well, yeah. Well, he's been on fine form this weekend, Rick Glazer. We also tweeted this one out, but he deleted it later. He said so many are absolutely disgusted with hashtag Jamel Charlo. It's like he's a paedophile. Hashtag boxing.
I could tagged into that one as well. Actually, I think it was an Everton boy. I actually forget his name at this point. I'm trying to get up by.
Oh dear, he deleted it though. Deleting's
With a bag
cheating.
of sweets and a cheeky smile, Charlo is a fucking paedophile.
Should I cut that one for the YouTube shorts, Andy? Oh dear. I didn't cut this one. I can't cut videos anymore. I am trying. MTK Enforcer Rick Graville sent it to me. Anthony Joshua's lost the plot. What's he doing? W for washed. He was having a sing-song, Andy. Did you see this in the car?
I did not see it, no.
He was enjoying himself, praising the up high. He was having a good time.
Up high, was he talking like, was that like the boardroom, or is that like God himself?
No, I'm not sure what he was doing, to be honest. But he was
driving at this time? Was he incapacitated or?
I don't think. I think he was. I'm not sure if he was actually. No, he wouldn't be. Would he? From that side of the car, I wouldn't have thought. I don't know.
I dare say Anthony's living the mild lifestyle, mate. To be honest with you, it's hardly going to be bitches and Benjamins and that type of shit, you know.
There's some prayer going on with him training with a boxer size Ben. They'll be.
Can you imagine it? By the way,
before and after training.
Oh well, yeah. Is this? Go ahead, Anna.
No, you go.
No, I was going to say, is this confirmed? I heard that he was doing a bit of training with box size. Is this true, or was this a Photoshop?
About a Photoshop, mate. Surely.
Is it Dominic? Is he out there with Ben or not?
I think he's the watch word is ticking over. He's ticking over with Ben Davison. I think his brain will be ticking over overtime if he spends too much on Ben Davison.
Ticking over. Ready to explode. Shout out to AJ. Eddie Hearn has claimed that Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder will happen in 2024. Where would you like to see this fight take place,
Oh,
Andy?
fuck me, man. Which has it happen on the moon than it happen on planet Earth, anyway? Put it that way. Fucking hell. We got Nigerian Prince now wanting to fucking put the fight on or something like that. Look at Eddie here. Eddie actually looks like 5 years younger than that picture there, by the way. That's how fucking old it is.
Well, here, talking of that, someone put this epic. That's it there. That's it there.
There we are. Tyson and Paris Fury only had one kid the first time. Eddie said, "What I'll do is next."
Fucking Tyson Fury and his wife will have another fucking 5 kids before his fights get made, mate. Fucking hell. He's only plums. Who's going to fucking pay for it? He can't. The Saudis aren't interested in that fight. They're not interested. So how the fuck? Who cares?
It's imminent, Andy. It's coming. Eddie says
imminent. My fucking chuffs, man. Imminent. Fucking hell. When was the last time Eddie actually put on something truly mega?
That outfit he had on Saturday night.
I suppose.
Okay.
Fucking hell. You just know Wilder will make it absolutely fucking awkward for him to make this fight. He's got his figure in his head. Josh was gonna want his money as well. Eddie's like, well, where's my cut? You know, doesn't make pounds. Doesn't make sense to fucking Edward. You know, his balance sheet's not gonna be fucking tipping forward to a profit if fucking Wilder's not gonna play the game with him. Fucking
Michael Thompson says Saudi only want the fighters with belts. That was
exactly,
a bit low, Michael.
Exactly. They weren't interested in the fucking fight to begin with. You know, I remember Eddie came out and he says, what was it he said? We've got an offer. Oh, What's the contract, Eddie? Did they get a contract, mate? Fucking hell.
They send emails, don't they, and say they've made offers.
It's going to be a bit, hey, mate, it's imminent. It's the only thing is it's 2024, so it's hardly fucking imminent, is it? Fucking
Well,
Eddie.
who
Fucking
knows?
hell. I bet if his old man was in charge, I bet he would have got the fucking fight made.
What's his old man
100%
up to
Barry would
these
have got
days?
that
What's he
fucking fight
What's he
made.
doing now, Barry?
Oh, he went in the cupboard with a can of Stella, possibly, won't he?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fucking Jesus,
Anyway,
man.
yeah, I'll tell you what is imminent. Billy Joe Saunders' return.
Oh,
He was talking about the Canelo fight. He said, when we got to round 3, I thought, is this it? I was expecting more. I was expecting him to be more of a beast. I came away from that fight with great confidence because I never once felt out of my depth, apart from the time he was stopped, and he came out with great confidence. Has he fought since? I think he fought Martin Murray, didn't he? Do you remember we done the post-fight part?
aye, that was the first one, you bastard.
Was that before or after Canelo? I can't even remember, you know.
I can't. No, he's no fought since Canelo, has he?
I'm almost sure he hasn't.
Oh no, there you go. Murray was before Canelo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Aye,
Aye.
because I actually said to you guys last night, is that Saunders on the broadcast? That making the this is him obviously trying to make the move for the comeback, but let's be serious here, man. What's this comeback going to look like? Fucking hell, there's no money, right? Uncle Dan seems to be out of sport. Billy's been fucking living like a fucking fiend the last 2 years, eating and drinking and doing whatever else he's been doing. He's going to come back at what weight? Light heavy, possibly? How's that going to last?
He
Fucking
said
Jesus.
they're saying the first fight's going to be at light heavy, and then the next fight will be at 168.
Next fight.
Yeah,
Right.
I think they're looking. The idea seems to be that they might try and get the Eubank fight, the Eubank rematch. If he, but I mean, I'm not interested in it to be honest. But it's one of those fights. Like it would be the same to me as like the Eubank Smith fight. It's a domestic fight, but there's no real significance to it. There's nothing on the line. It's irrelevant in terms of the world picture, the world scene.
I mean, that's how desperate Eddie is, man. He's hoping to bring back Billy Joe Saunders. Remember, he mentioned it to as well as we're in talks or whatever it was. He's not a superstar. He's not a pay-per-view star. What is going on here? Why, Billy Joe Saunders is going to come back after how long? After a Canelo humbling,
Nearly 3 years.
nearly 3 years, and he's going to be put on TV possibly or
He's a
on a
good guy,
broadcast.
Andy. We need to get behind him. He's a good guy.
Oh, fucking pish. He's had his turn. Why the fuck should we keep supporting this shit, man? Make him earn his way back up the fucking chain.
I can't stand him. I can't stand him.
He's changed, Dominic. He's reformed.
Entitlement, man. Fuck me.
I tell you what, that episode at the weigh-in for the Willie Monroe fight when the kid hit that's one of the most shocking things I've seen. It's interesting actually on Eddie, and the desperation of. I mean, when Eddie's having these wee jousts back and forward with Frank over the Conor Ben, the whole drug situation, Eddie likes to raise the issue of Billy Joe failing for that nasal thing or nasal spray before the Andrade fight.
Oh yeah, I was out for that bastard. Ruined a good fight.
And it's funny because he's Eddie's trying to bring him back now, but he's not above using the example of Billy Joe popping that time to hit back at Frank when Frank's trying to get to him over the whole Conor Ben thing. So it just shows you Eddie, he's not really I don't think he has himself much. There's fighters that Eddie that he has a bit of time for, but I don't think Saunders is one of them. But yeah, I have no interest in this at all.
You wouldn't want to associate yourself with him, would you? He's toxic.
He is. He's I don't know if Andy saw any of that interview he did with Simon Jordan during the week. Simon Jordan sits down with these guys, but like Simon Jordan's been interviewing the likes of Stephen Hendry and Lawrence Delalio, like guys who are like some of the best to ever do it in their field, and then he's gone from that to Billy Joe Saunders. It's some sort of fall from.
They would only get behind him because he
Jordan's
has a bit.
Interviewing Saunders.
It's up. It's a series he does.
William Hill thing, isn't it?
I'm not going to watch that. Like.
It's only because he's got a bit of. They think he's got a bit of mileage left in him. He was talented at his peak. That's the only reason. There's nothing.
Mate,
there's no other reason that just drain a bit more juice out of him before he retires.
That is the problem. He was talented, and what happens? We keep saying it when talent doesn't work hard enough. When that talent ebbs away, he's fucked. and he's going to come back after 3 years out, shift all that weight. I mean, he must have been 200 bills, man. Must have been, maybe even more. He must have been doing that in them 3 years. He's going, it's a disaster right now, isn't it?
If he had discipline, he's in my opinion, middleweight was always an natural weight, but he was never disciplined enough to stay there. You were talking about if he has the first fight back at light heavy and then the next fight's going to be at super middle. I have always thought that like Eubank Jr. middle was his weight, but he's just not disciplined enough.
He's not. Talking of discipline, a shout out to Bomac. Bomac update. Brian McIntyre is now listed to be sentenced not before 2 p.m. on Monday. He's been charged with 2 firearms offences which carry possible custodial sentences. It was going around on the BoxRec forum, which there is elements of truth often floating around there, Andy, that he was going to be sent back home.
All right.
So
probably the best all round, actually, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is, as well, he's going to have to answer questions when he gets back there as well, I would imagine. I mean, as I say, how the fuck he got that gun into the country is one thing. Obviously, he's maybe flew private, got through security without getting checked or whatever and that, but that's probably questions he's going to have to answer actually as well to the American authorities. What happened? How the fuck did you get that through or whatever it is? I don't know. But the Brits, I certainly know they wouldn't take that too kindly. But it's easy to fuck him off, I suppose, and that, and just ban him to ever enter the country again, I suppose.
So it's funny. It would have probably more of a blowback on Eubank than Crawford seems to have like a team around him. It's not just Bomac, but Eubank potentially would rely from that one fight that he's had with him. He might be harmed more than if Bomac was. If he is banged up either here or back in America, but it's a crazy situation.
Shout out to Bomac, we're big fans. Hopefully everything goes okay for him. Final one that I have here. One of the nutters put this up this week. It does have a boxing tinge to it. The old Ford Capri advert, for God's sake, don't let a woman drive it. Your Capri is precious. Don't confine it to an early grave by letting a woman get behind the wheel. And Ryan Deal, Andy, done his job as usual, done his business.
Oh, no.
It.
The cars were quite nippy actually, but I can recall was a laddie. Fucking that XR3i, brilliant man. Fucking spins.
Oh, good old Errol. We wish him well. We hope he's okay. One I thought I had cut again, StreamYard disappeared, or I forgot to upload it. Andy, was exactly what you've got in your little pen pick caption there. Oscar giving the old, he loves the handshake grip, doesn't he, and the stare at Ryan Garcia, and Garcia can't stand him. He's waiting to get out of this contract, and I didn't have it cut, but it was some video stroke photograph there.
Aye, mate, I'm telling you that still picture's got memes. It's got mileage written all over it, mate. I could just stay awake. That could be getting used many times over by yours truly, because it's just, it kind of like sums him up really. He just kind of stands there in a trance. He just come to life, like say, like on demand, and he acts like that. Yeah, dude. Fucking hell. Nothing he says makes sense to me. Actually, it's like he's always searching for words.
I thought last night, to be fair, when he got in the ring after the Melakuziev win, it was as sort of lucid as I've heard him in a while. He wasn't licking the lips, and the eyes weren't that bad. He obviously hadn't got tucked in yet. He seemed pretty coherent. I was worried about him.
wait to the middle of the meet, mate. We'll see him at the after party. He'll be standing in front of the fucking telly, showing the missus how he fucking threw a jab, and how Makuzlev was throwing body hooks and all. It's a lot of shit from that man, eh? Give me what Oscar's like, mate.
Exactly.
He's no sorry.
Any other nominations from you, Andy, please?
Kind of quiet week for me, mate, but just one of the ones. The judge for the Harper fight, 97-93, was a bit of disgrace.
Bob Williams, wasn't it? I think.
So it was the DJ, as I think you already mentioned, that one was on my list as well. I took a cheeky wee look actually just at the IFL YouTube page just to kind of see the videos and the kind of weigh-in and stuff. And I noticed that the viewing figures aren't really doing too hot at IFL Towers just now, so hopefully Cougs is managing to pay that water bill, hopefully.
Getting viewing figures like ours now.
Well, pretty much, aye.
More views of the fart.
Pretty much. And I noticed someone had put out the tickets and that, saying apparently the Wood Warrington fight last night was actually segregated because of the fucking fans, the Leeds fans, the Nottingham Forest fans. So they actually had to kind of put them in different sections across the arena. Fucking wild, man.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And Barry McGuigan, Carol Frampton coming out, mentioning bits in his book, mentioning IFL. He's saying, "As I'm looking at this, my lawyer's pulling up this shit." And he says, he finds out that somebody's took a holiday to New York out of my fucking purse money, took a fucking sunbed and women's shoes and fucking handbags and shit. I'm surprised fucking Barry McGuigan wasn't called Brassneck at some point trying to rob folk like that, man. Fucking unbelievable. So one for fucking Barry McGuigan again for fucking sunbed, man. Fuck's sake.
You ever been on a sunbed, Andy?
No, I have not, mate. I've been on the beach and I fucking hate it. I've got no compulsion to lie on the fucking beach, mate, with fucking suntan lotion on, getting like a fucking donut, fucking ton of air, sands everywhere. It's just fucking horrible. And same goes with these fuckers are going and sat in the sunbeds and that, man. What a state of
All the
affairs.
women in my work be on them all the time, and I've never been on one in my life, like, man.
They must look like fucking. They must look like aged to fuck me. They must be all. See if you put them under a black light, mate. You see the state of their skin, they'll be fucking a mess.
No, they look lovely. That's what I'd say to them anyway.
Aye, right.
Go on, Dominic.
Well, they do say it's quite a dangerous thing for people's skin later in life. You know, like it's a health risk. But I did actually just while Andy saying that there, I said to you yesterday, Steve, I was in Lisburn, so it's a town about 10-15 miles outside Belfast yesterday afternoon about 5 o'clock, and I was parking my car and I heard this voice, "Hey boy," and it was actually Frampton, and he had been signing books in Lisburn city centre, I think. But I think he must have remembered me from the book signing in Belfast last weekend. But he did say he would come on the pod either live or on a pre-recorded one on a weekday night to talk about the book and everything else once things die down. But I was actually telling him, Steve, just while you're on this, about the McGuigans. I was telling him a story that you once told me that I've never forgotten. And this was back a fight that Frampton had at the beginning of April 2014. He was fighting.
This isn't one of the libelous ones, is it?
No, well, I don't think it's it's not libelous. It's not libelous, no. It was. Do you remember Ryan Burnett was supposed to be on the undercard, and Houghton Ricky was all over the place. He was on the pitch, and
Yes.
Ryan Burnett failed the brain scan, and Ricky couldn't get it sorted out. So one of the McGuigans, one of the sons, basically to try and sort the issue out, had to commandeer your laptop.
That's right.
And before you
hand
even
your laptop in, Wellings,
and you hand your laptop in, and you didn't even have the chance to say yay or nay before the laptop was swiped off you. And I was telling this to Frampton, and he just sort of laughed. He was just sort of saying entitlement, the entitlement of the whole setup. So
I think I think they claimed for the cost of the laptop.
But he's got to come on whatever few weeks time. We'll get it sorted out, and guys can get their questions ready. So we'll answer. Well, as Uncle Porky would say, he can answer some real boxing questions.
Absolutely. Do you have any Bellew of the Weeks to throw in the meantime, Dominic?
And I was just going to mention the one you mentioned it there about Oscar Eibon and Ryan Garcia. The other one was actually the interview that I was talking about, Joe Saunders and Simon Jordan. I'm going to nominate that because some of the stuff Saunders was coming out with, I mean, just one that I can't forget was he was talking about how much he wanted to win the Canelo fight, and he said his mindset was when the plane was on the runway in England or Heathrow, wherever they were about to fly off, he said, if I'm to lose this fight with Canelo, his mindset was let this plane crash. He actually said that in the interview with Simon Jordan. That's just the sort of stuff he's coming out with, like that. I think the guys. I wouldn't watch him actually. I think if he fought again, like, but I'm going to nominate him from the stuff he was coming out with in that interview.
Well said, Dominic. Joe Saunders. We wish him well. Right, let's go through them quickly before we get out of here for the night. So we had Jake Donovan going in on Tony Bellew. We had Bellew himself with his outfit. We had Rick Glazer having to go at Benson. And then the Jamel Charlo thing, we had AJ doing his singing in the car. Eddie Hearn says that the AJ Wilder fight will happen. There's more chance of the Fury kids coming along, says that poster. Billy Joe Saunders talking about the Canelo fight gets a nomination as well. Bomac for his court troubles. And then the Ford Capri as well with Spence. Who are you going for this week, Andy? Oh, and Ben Davison as well for the video intro.
I'm going to go for Rick Glazer.
That's exactly what I was going to go for.
I mean, we've just, we asked the real boxing question, Steve. What does Rick Glazer do? He's got a vital role to do in the sport, and he's telling us that Jamel Charlo is hated because he's like a paedophile.
Oh dear, Dominic, who are you going for this
I'm
week?
going for that. I'm going for that too. I'll go for Rick. That's a unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision. Vic Glazer, we don't know what he does in boxing, but I'm sure it's something very important. You have won a major award, the Bellew of the Week winner for episode 543.